I'm Madison Kettering. I am a coach at Stark Newport Beach, and I am actually from northern Iowa, surrounded by cornfields and cattle. So I actually met my husband at Iowa State University, and his job brought us out here. I studied exercise science, and when I heard we were moving to Orange County, I was like, oh my gosh, fitness galore. Like, everyone wants to look good in Orange County. It's nice here all the time. We are always there in swimsuits and stuff. So I knew I wanted to be somewhere very advanced, and Stark was the best place I could find when it comes to a 360 gym experience, and I'm so happy to be here. My Stark Naked campaign is in support of Laura's House. They are a charity that helps survivors of domestic violence. Their motto is inspire hope and empower change, I believe, and their prevention and education. They support females, males, and teens to kind of get back on their feet after surviving a bad situation. I personally don't have any bad experience. I've never been through domestic violence, but I definitely think it's something that doesn't get enough attention. So I was more than happy to choose that as my charity. One thing I learned about myself actually is kind of a common thing. It's just because you're predisposed to something genetically doesn't mean you're destined. So my whole life I was kind of like, well, my whole family, like, they're healthy, but they've never been like completely shredded. Like, some people are born like that, just shredded. Like, that could never be me. And Stark has taught me, like, no, like, you stick to a plan and you go with it. You're not destined to be a certain way. Like, you can change your path and go a different way. And I learned that probably 6 weeks into the competition. I was like, oh my gosh, are those abs? Do I have abs? What is this? So that was cool. Yeah, learning you can do anything. You just have to sometimes push harder than others to get there. I'd say my biggest supporter is definitely Johnny, my husband, mainly because he is tolerant of listening to me complain about stuff that he's heard me complain about 50 different times. He'll be the one that walks in on me in the kitchen opening the pantry, and he'll be like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do that. And he does it completely out of love. Like, he knows I would feel bad later if I had that little bite of something. So he's been a huge support, especially since we're living out here alone without our family. He's kind of taken the role of all of them to support me through this. One thing Stark has given me is a huge boost of confidence. I never used to want to go to the pool. I was always kind of insecure, uncomfortable in my swimsuit, kind of walked around trying to hide myself, and now I'm like, yeah, let's go to the pool, we're walking, like, doesn't matter, I'm so confident. And then another thing would be confidence in what I'm teaching my students. You definitely have to, like, live it to know it, in my opinion. It's hard to preach something to a student if you've never done it yourself, so I have a huge confidence in giving them information that way. So the first meal I'm going to have post Stark Naked photo shoot is actually the nachos from Wild Taco, and then the sidecar donut with the cookie dough in the middle, and a margarita. I have to have a margarita. I would definitely say when you're looking to make a lifestyle change, you need to know your why and have an ultimate vision to why you want to make that change. I think a lot of times in our society we get caught up with wanting to be the norm, and that's not enough necessarily when you're trying to be motivated to do something. You have to have it deep in your heart and know what you want for the why. Like, for example, I want to have kids someday and be there for their kids someday, so I want to be very, very healthy for them. That's kind of my big motive. My family doesn't have the best heart health, so I want to have a really healthy heart and kind of break that cycle within my family too. So my big vision is long-term health.